Hello, Eurovision friends. Thank you for coming to my channel, Eurovision Histories. And hi, neighbors from Denmark. Welcome to this video in which I will talk about the 8 songs vying to represent Denmark at Eurovision 2025. We're going to talk about my top 8. I'm going to tell you how I feel about the songs and my first impression of the songs. Then I will let you know who I think Denmark should send to Eurovision to have the best chance of qualifying finally. And then also I will try to predict who will win Dansk Melodi Grand Prix this year. If we look at Denmark's historic qualification rate, it is not looking good. They have an only 33% qualification rate in the last 10 editions. They had a win in the last 10 editions, so they know how to find a song that can win Eurovision and qualify as well. But in the last 4 editions, they did not manage to qualify, the longest non-qualification streak of all of the participating countries, except maybe Montenegro, but they were also not participating for a while. So yeah, last time Denmark made it to the final was in 2019. So let's have a look at these songs and see whether one of them can change Denmark's luck this year. This is my personal top 8. My 8th place is I Belong to Me, which already is a bit of a strange title to me. I think the verses are good enough, but the chorus in this is just very underwhelming to me. I also think that the lyrics, the general message of the song I like, but the lyrics are quite trite and generic, and the whole song is just a bit generic to me, which is why it's my number 8. In 7th place, I have Supernova. Again, cool verses, but the chorus doesn't really work for me. Like with the verses, you expect a good chorus, and then what you get is this ooh, ah, ah, supernova over and over again. It sounds a bit like a junior Eurovision entry in the chorus. Again, the verses are nice enough, but it's also very repetitive. And then at the end, quite frustrating to me. It kind of feels like it's going to build to something else, and then it just doesn't happen, which is why it's my number 7. In 6th place, this might be a bit controversial because I think this is the fan favorite, but I just don't understand why this is the fan favorite. Do let me know in the comments if you love this song, why you love it, because I don't get it. I don't quite understand it. She has an amazing, cool, unique voice. This deep androgynous voice is just makes this stand out for me, but everything else about the song seems generic to me. It's not very catchy either. The beat is good enough, but it also feels very repetitive to me. So yeah, do let me know why this is the fan favorite. In 5th place, I have Hear My Prayer, I think written by a Eurovision winner. I love the flow of this and the dynamics, how the beat comes in, goes out. It's the tempo changes are cool as well. He has a very good voice. I hope he can reproduce this live. The head voice is very hard to do, and also the switches from the lower register to the head voice is very difficult. I think it's kind of catchy, but I also think that the lyrics are a bit uninspired. And towards the end, it also feels a bit repetitive. This has a general cool feel to me, but it doesn't convince me 100% because of the repetitiveness in the end. My number 4 is Allez Allez. This gets big plus points for being entirely in Danish, except for the French tagline, which, however, is repeated way too often, I think, in the song. I like the Caribbean elements. There's a steel drum, if I heard it correctly, like a Caribbean feel, and that gives the song a cool, summery feel and beat as well. But like with one of the songs in the Norwegian final, I feel like a song like this needs to be faster, more upbeat, more up tempo, and also have a bit more oomph to it. I like it, but it just feels like it's with the brakes on, if that makes sense. My number 3 is Proud, which reminds me a bit of Belgian singer-songwriter Milo, the way it tells a story and also the way the song starts, which is lovely to me. I love the lyrics in this one. I think they're autobiographical, if I understood them correctly. He sings about someone who is very overly shy, kind of paralyzed by the fear of not fitting in, of really not living his life because of the shyness. And he sings, I wish I would have told him that I was proud. And I thought, is this about someone who died at some point? But then at the end of the song, he changes the perspective and says, I wish I would have told me I'm proud of who I am. So I like that piece of storytelling in the song. I like the guitar as well. I like this singer-songwriter feel. The chorus, to me, takes away from the singer-songwriter feel and is also not that great. But I think that this has a lot of potential with a very stripped back staging, focusing on him telling the story. So maybe this could actually work at Eurovision. My number two is the beautiful Air. This also starts with her saying, sit down, I will tell you a story. And I love that because it draws you into the song. It really makes you listen what she has to say. I love the beautiful piano throughout the song and the way it interacts with her voice as well. I love the strings in this. It feels like a song for a movie or the kind of song you have in a drama TV series or something like that. So quite nice. It is a bit overproduced in some areas, but what I really, really like and what made this stand out to me and added to my playlist is this raw scream that is part of the song, full of emotion and raw, as I said, which is surprising in a song that is a bit overproduced. I hope they can focus in on that and have a very stripped back staging as well. And then this could stand out quite a bit in a field of radio friendly pop songs. My number one, The Unluckiest Boy Alive, is a song that I immediately liked after the first listen, added it to my playlist straight away. Why? I love this great lively piano intro, which reminds me of an American singer-songwriter that no one knows, but that I listened to in the early 2000s, and it kind of made me nostalgic for that time. And I just like the vibe of the song, the general vibe. His vocal tone is cool, and I also like the lyrics of the song. He sings, of all the problems in the universe, mine surely must be the worst. And why don't you feel bad for me? And then lists a whole list of things why he is the unluckiest boy in the world. And you just think, are you really the unluckiest boy in the world? Have a think about it, snap out of it, kind of. And it's a tongue in cheek way to kind of say that maybe in Europe we are preoccupied with stuff that is not really that bad in the end. And you feel like the unluckiest boy alive, but you really aren't. There are some strings in this that remind me of Viva la Vida by Coldplay. I love the driving beat, as I said, the feeling I get. It is a teeny tiny bit repetitive at the end, but I also like the tension between the upbeat music and the sad kind of lyrics, that tongue in cheek, but the words he says are kind of sad. And that is why this is my number one. Now, for who should win, this might be completely different from my own opinion, because here I'm looking at which song can give Denmark the best chance at Eurovision. And I think having looked at Denmark's qualification record, we can say that the main aim this year is to finally qualify. And I really thought about all of these songs. A lot of them could be, borderline qualifiers, but I'm not quite sure about it. Ale Ale could be a qualifier. Hallucination, a lot of people seem to like it, so maybe it would be a qualifier. I don't really see it. We have a televote only semifinal, of course. However, I went with Proud because I think if you really stage this in a very intimate way, maybe have pictures of him, of his childhood, create this Michael Schulte effect, something like that, and really draw people into the story that he's telling, this might actually work. And a lot of countries are sending crazy over the top entries. And so a stripped back singer songwriter song can also work in a televote only semifinal. I mean, Grito, for example, last year qualified as well and wasn't a big flashy performance, which is also why I think Air might actually work for the same reasons. have a stripped back performance, be the song that stands out, and then maybe people will pick up the phone and vote for it. If you have a different opinion who Denmark should send, let me know in the comments. I'm kind of guessing that you might have a different opinion, but still, thinking about who will win, I think Denmark and Germany are quite similar in the songs we like and in the songs our public goes for in the national finals. So I think that it's either Hallucination because it's the big fan favorite, or the song I think would win in Germany, and that is Proud, for all the reasons I have mentioned, because it feels authentic. I think it is authentic, but this authentic feel is something that Germans like, and I feel like Danish people also like it. It's still radio friendly, which both of us on either side of the border also like. And so I think that this might be our winner, which is not what the odds or the fan polls suggest. But yeah, we shall see what happens on that Saturday. I think it's March the 1st or something. Do let me know in the comments if you have a different prediction, if you think Denmark should send another one, and also, if you want, let me know your top 8. I'm always interested in that. And thank you for watching. Do subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss any videos like this one. And if you do that, I might see you for my next video. See you then, and bye-bye.